those exact same moments you told yourself, I've got this, or I am stronger than this challenge, or this situation doesn't define me. When you practice that, you build what I like to call a mental shield, a shield made of your own affirmations and beliefs that protect you from being rattled by external noise. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing your response to reality. It means refusing to accept the negative narrative that your mind wants to default to. Instead, you rewrite the story. This is the essence of mastery over your inner dialogue. You may wonder, how do I start changing this inner talk when it's been running on autopilot for years? The answer lies in awareness. Begin by simply noticing what you are saying to yourself. Pay attention whenever you feel your mind shift into stress, worry, or self-criticism. Catch those moments as if you were catching a falling object. Be intentional, and once you catch them, pause. Don't rush to react. Give yourself permission to take a deep breath and then choose a different thought. One technique I recommend is to create a list of empowering statements, short, positive sentences that resonate deeply with you. Write them down and keep them somewhere visible. When you notice your mind slipping into negativity, pull out one of those statements and repeat it aloud or silently. For example, I am calm and centered. I am capable of handling this. Or nothing outside of me can still my peace. Repetition is key here because your brain loves patterns. The more you repeat these positive affirmations, the more they become your default thoughts. Over time, this rewiring creates a new mental habit, one that naturally gravitates toward calmness and confidence instead of anxiety and doubt. It's important to be patient with yourself during this process. Changing the inner dialogue isn't an overnight miracle. It's a commitment to daily practice. There will be days when the negative chatter returns loudly, but that's okay. What matters is that you don't give up. Every time you catch yourself and gently shift your thinking, you are strengthening your mental resilience. You are building a fortress inside your mind that nothing outside can penetrate. Now, you might also find it helpful to question the negative thoughts themselves. When a thought like, I can't do this, pops up, ask yourself, is this really true? Challenge it with evidence from your own life where you succeeded or overcame difficulty. This practice, often called cognitive reframing, helps you see your thoughts as just that, thoughts, not facts. Once you see them as temporary mental events rather than fixed realities, their power over you diminishes. Another vital piece of this puzzle is self-compassion. Be kind to yourself as you work on mastering your inner dialogue. The mind tends to resist change, and old negative patterns might feel comfortable because they are familiar. Treat yourself with the same patience and encouragement you would offer a friend. Celebrate small wins like catching a negative thought or successfully shifting your mindset during a tough moment. Remember, the voice inside your head is the most consistent companion you have. It can either be your greatest enemy or your most powerful ally. By choosing to master that voice, you give yourself the gift of unshakable peace and confidence. You become someone who is unbothered because no matter what storms rage around you, your inner weather remains calm and steady. The incredible thing is this: when your inner dialogue is strong and positive, it naturally affects everything else. Your actions, your relationships, and even your physical health. Stress decreases, clarity increases, and you move through life with a sense of calm power that others will notice and admire. So start today. Start right now. Become the master of your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself with kindness, strength, and unwavering belief. Train your mind to reject negativity and embrace peace. When you do this, you set the foundation for a life where you truly stay unbothered by anything. Training your mind to stay unbothered is not something that happens overnight. It's a journey, a process of building mental resilience, just like you would train your body to become stronger and more enduring. The key is consistent practice, showing up every day to strengthen your mind's ability to stay calm and steady no matter what life throws at you. Think of it like building a muscle. You don't just wake up with a six-pack or the strength to run a marathon. You work at it bit by bit, rep by rep, day after day. The same principle applies to your mental resilience. Mental resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, to bounce back when life knocks you down, and to stay composed even when circumstances are challenging. But this isn't something we're born with. It's a skill that can be developed, refined, and strengthened through intentional effort. The good news is that every time you face discomfort, stress, or frustration and choose to respond with calm instead of chaos, you are training your brain to become more resilient. One powerful way to build this resilience is through mindfulness and meditation. These practices teach your brain to focus on the present moment without judgment. When you learn to observe your thoughts and feelings as they come and go without immediately reacting, you create space between stimulus and response. This space is where true mental strength lives. It's the pause that allows you to choose peace instead of panic. Just a few minutes of mindfulness each day can rewire your brain to better handle stress and keep you grounded. Beyond formal meditation, resilience is also built through deliberate exposure to small, manageable stressors. This might sound counterintuitive at first. Why would you purposely put yourself in uncomfortable situations? Because when you face these small challenges regularly, your brain learns that discomfort isn't dangerous. It's just a normal part of growth. For example, you might start by taking cold showers, waking up earlier than usual, or pushing yourself to speak up in a meeting, even if it feels uncomfortable. These little moments of stepping outside your comfort zone build your mental toughness, so when bigger challenges come, your mind is ready. Consistent practice doesn't mean perfection. There will be times when you get rattled or lose your cool, and that's okay. Mental resilience is not about never feeling stress or frustration. It's about how quickly and effectively you recover from those feelings. Each time you notice yourself slipping, take a moment to breathe deeply, remind yourself that this too shall pass, and bring your attention back to what you can control. With every practice, you increase your capacity to remain calm, to bounce back, and to continue moving forward. Another crucial element in building mental resilience is developing healthy habits that support your mind and body. Sleep, nutrition, exercise, and hydration play significant roles in your ability to stay unbothered. When your body is well cared for, your mind has the resources it needs to stay clear and focused. Think about the last time you were exhausted or hungry. Did small annoyances seem much bigger than they usually would? That's because your mental resilience dips when your physical well-being is compromised. Prioritizing these basics isn't just about health. It's about building the foundation for a mind that can handle anything with grace. It's also essential to surround yourself with positive influences, the people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the environments you frequent all affect your mental resilience. Choose to be around those who encourage you, who lift you up rather than drag you down. Limit exposure to negativity that drains your energy and clouds your mind. Mental resilience is partly about protecting your mental space so it can flourish, like tending a garden by pulling out the weeds and planting seeds of positivity. Consistency is the secret sauce. Training your mind every day, even if just for a few minutes, creates a cumulative effect. The progress might be slow at first, almost invisible, but over weeks and months, the change becomes undeniable. You start to notice yourself reacting less to provocations, letting go of petty frustrations more easily, and maintaining your calm in situations where you used to feel overwhelmed. That steady growth is proof that your mind is becoming stronger, more resilient, and more unbothered. When you build this kind of mental strength, you create a deep well of calm inside you. No matter how turbulent the world around you gets, you have a place to retreat to, a place where peace resides. This inner calm isn't passive. It's a powerful force that guides your decisions, keeps your emotions balanced, and helps you navigate life with clarity and confidence. Remember, resilience is not about avoiding challenges. It's about meeting them head on with a steady mind and an unshakable spirit. It's about embracing discomfort as a teacher and using every tough moment as an opportunity to grow stronger. And when you commit to this consistent practice, you develop a mind that stays unbothered by anything because it knows how to bend without breaking, how to adapt without losing its center. So start today. Choose one small practice, whether it's 5 minutes of mindfulness, a cold shower, or simply taking a deep breath when things get tough, and make it part of your daily routine. Commit to showing up for yourself day after day, building that mental muscle that will carry you through every storm with unwavering calm and strength. One of the biggest reasons people get bothered by life's ups and downs is because they tie their sense of worth and peace to what others think about them. We live in a world where approval, likes, comments, and opinions flood us every day. And it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from outside sources. But here's the truth. When you depend on others to define your value or decide your happiness, you are handing over the keys to your peace. And that's a dangerous place to be. To truly train your mind to stay unbothered, you must learn to detach from external validation and opinions. Imagine for a moment how freeing it would be to live your life anchored in your own identity, your own values, and your own sense of worth. When your peace comes from within, no one else can shake it. No negative comment, no unfair criticism, no fleeting praise can dictate how you feel about yourself. This is not about becoming indifferent or shutting off your feelings. It's about creating a foundation so strong inside that the external noise simply doesn't penetrate. Most people don't realize how much power they give away when they obsess over what others think. It's like handing someone else the remote control to your emotions. One moment, you're riding high because of a compliment or approval. The next, you're sinking because of a slight or a negative opinion. That kind of emotional roller coaster is exhausting and keeps you in a state of constant vulnerability. But when you detach from the need for external validation, you reclaim control. You decide what matters. You decide your worth. This process begins by shifting your focus inward. Instead of looking outside for approval, turn your attention to your own values, goals, and beliefs. What kind of person do you want to be? What principles will guide your decisions? When your actions align with your inner compass, you develop a confidence that is unshakable because it is rooted in truth, not in the fluctuating opinions of others. Another important step is recognizing that people's opinions are often reflections of their own fears, biases, and limitations, not facts about you. When someone criticizes or judges you, it says more about their mindset than your reality. Understanding this helps you create emotional distance and reduces the power those opinions have over you. You don't have to internalize every critique or live your life trying to please everyone. It's simply impossible, and trying to do so drains your energy and dilutes your authenticity. Detaching from external validation also means embracing your imperfections and being okay with who you are, even when others don't agree or understand. True peace comes from self-acceptance, the deep knowing that you are enough exactly as you are. When you love and accept yourself fully, you no longer need others to fill in the gaps or reassure you. Your sense of self becomes whole, and that wholeness acts like armor against negativity. This doesn't mean shutting down feedback or refusing to grow. It means choosing whose voices matter in your life. Surround yourself with people who support you and challenge you to be better, but who also respect your boundaries and your individuality. Healthy relationships encourage growth without undermining your self-worth. They lift you up instead of tearing you down. Practicing detachment is a daily discipline. It requires you to catch yourself when you start seeking approval or worrying about judgment. When those thoughts arise, will they like me? Or what if they think I'm not good enough? Pause and remind yourself that your value is not dependent on anyone else's opinion. Affirm your own worth by saying, I am enough, I am worthy, or I approve of myself. Over time, these affirmations rewire your brain to focus on internal validation rather than external approval. You can also create rituals to strengthen this mindset. Journaling about your achievements, values, and moments when you acted with integrity helps reinforce your internal compass. Meditation or quiet reflection can remind you to come back to your center when external opinions threaten to pull you off balance. Setting clear boundaries with people who drain your energy or make you doubt yourself is another way to protect your mental space. It's also important to remember that the world will always have opinions. That's part of being human. You will never please everyone, and that's okay. The goal is not to control what others think, but to control how you respond. You get to decide whether to let their opinions affect you or to keep your peace intact. When you train your mind to detach from external validation, you develop an inner fortress that no storm of criticism or praise can shake. This kind of mental freedom opens up a new level of joy and confidence. You stop living to meet expectations and start living to fulfill your own purpose. You make choices based on what truly matters to you rather than what looks good to others. And with that freedom, you become unstoppable because you are no longer at the mercy of the world's shifting opinions. So start today by tuning into your own voice instead of the crowd's. Practice saying, I am enough with conviction. Notice when you seek outside approval and gently bring your focus back to yourself. Surround yourself with those who honor your journey and support your growth. Over time, you will find that the need for external validation fades away, replaced by a deep, unwavering peace that comes from within. One of the most powerful shifts you can make in training your mind to stay unbothered is learning to focus your energy only on what you can control and letting go of everything else. It's a simple idea, but incredibly difficult to master because our minds naturally want to grasp at control over everything around us, especially when situations feel uncertain or challenging. The truth is the more you try to control what's outside your influence, the more frustrated, anxious, and bothered you become. But when you redirect your attention to what's truly within your power, your thoughts, your actions, your responses, now you free yourself from unnecessary worry and open the door to lasting peace. Think about the last time you found yourself stressed or overwhelmed. Chances are part of it came from trying to control something beyond your reach. Maybe someone else's behavior, an outcome you hoped for, or circumstances that were unpredictable. When you hold on tightly to things outside your control, you create tension and resistance inside yourself. It's like trying to hold water in your hands. No matter how hard you squeeze, it slips away. But when you open your hands and focus on what you can grasp, your energy flows freely and peace naturally follows. This is not about giving up or being passive. It's about being strategic and intentional with your energy. It's about asking yourself, what can I actually do right now? What part of this situation is within my influence? Once you identify those things, pour your effort into them with full commitment. Whether it's your attitude, your choices, or your preparation, focus on making those areas strong. When you do this consistently, you develop a sense of control that is real and empowering rather than the illusion of control that comes from trying to manage everything and everyone else. A big part of this process involves cultivating acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation or defeat. It means acknowledging reality as it is without resistance. When you accept what you cannot change, whether it's other people's actions, past events, or external circumstances, you stop wasting mental energy fighting a battle you cannot win. Instead, you conserve that energy to adapt, to learn, and to grow. This shift in mindset transforms obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into lessons. Learning to focus on what you can control also requires discipline in your daily thoughts. Often we get caught up in what-if scenarios, imagining worst-case outcomes or dwelling on mistakes and regrets. These thoughts are distractions that pull you away from the present moment and from your power. When you catch yourself in this cycle, gently bring your mind back to what you can do right now. Ask, what step can I take to move forward? What is within my control in this moment? This simple question anchors you in action and away from worry. It's helpful to remember that your response to events is always within your control, even when the events themselves are not. You may not be able to control someone else's anger or unfairness, but you can control how you react to it. You can choose to stay calm, to speak kindly, or to walk away. This choice is a powerful source of freedom. When you realize that your peace depends more on your response than on external factors, you step into your power as the architect of your emotional life. Developing this mindset is a practice, not a one-time decision. Each day, challenges will arise that test your ability to let go of what's out of your hands. You might face criticism, delays, disappointments, or conflicts. When these moments come, remind yourself, is this within my control? If yes, what action will I take? If no, I release it and focus on what I can influence. Repeating this mental check-in trains your brain to sift through situations quickly, reducing overwhelm and increasing clarity. Another important aspect is setting boundaries around your energy and attention. You don't have to invest your